morning. This is Nidhi Ghetia. Today we will discuss about the glycoside. So let's be started. Okay. So in last lecture we will learn the introduction, functions, and classification. So in this lecture we are learn the extraction process, then isolation process and isolation methods, then identification test of the glycoside, and also drugs or examples of the glycoside. Okay, so now we started with the extraction process of the glycoside. Okay, so this shortest auto method, that is the extraction process of the glycoside. In this process we will do the first we will take the finely powdered drug containing glycoside in extracted with alcohol and solvent. Okay, finely powder of the drug that containing the glycoside in extracted, okay, with the alcohol and alcohol taken as the solvent. Okay, then continue with the oxidation or hot percolation method is used for the extraction. Oxidation and hot percolation, these two methods for using for the extraction process of the glycoside. Okay, so due to the heating deactivation of the enzymes present in drug may occur, so maintain the temperature preferably below the 45 degree of the Celsius. Okay, first due to heating deactivation of the enzyme present in the glycoside, so that's why drug may occur the drug at the boiling time, heating time, they maintain the temperature at the below 45 degree Celsius. Okay, so filter the above mixture and to filter it, add the lead acetate. Okay, after the heating process, the mixture are filtered. Okay, filter and collect the filtered and add the lead acetate. So after the addition of the lead acetate, it gives the precipitates of the tannin and eliminate the non-glycosidal impurity. Okay, they precipitate out the tannin and also they eliminate the non-glycosidal impurities. Okay, then the excess of the lead acetate is precipitated as lead sulfide by passing the hydrogen sulfide gas through the solution. So the extract is filtered and then concentrated to obtain crude drug. Okay, after the addition of the excess amount of the lead acetate, so they gives the precipitate of the lead sulfide. Okay, by passing after the passing of the hydrogen sulfide gas, okay, throughout the solution. So this extract is filtered and concentrated to obtain crude glycoside. We takes the crude glycoside in concentrated form. Okay, so this is the extraction process of the glycoside. Okay, now we see the isolation by the glycoside. Okay, isolation process. So from the crude extract pure glycoside obtained by using various processes like fractional solubility and fractional crystallization and also chromatographic method. Okay, these three methods using for the isolation of the glycoside. Okay, so in this preparative thin layer chromatography and column chromatography, these two methods are mostly preparative for the isolation of the glycoside. Okay, and fractional solubility and fractional crystallization method are rarely using. Okay, now we see the identification tests of the glycoside. Okay, so first we see the general test of the glycoside. So in this test we take the powdered crude drug plus addition of the sulfuric acid and also addition of the 5% NaOH for the neutralization process. Okay, so these two above the mixture, take the take the powder of the drug and addition of the sulfuric acid. Okay, after the addition of the sulfuric acid, the solution making the acidic. Okay, so after the addition of the 5% of the NaOH for the neutralization process, and then this mixture, after this process, after this above mixture, adding in the Fehling solution A and B. Okay, addition of this mixture are adding in the Fehling solution A and B. So in observation, they gives the red color is produced. Okay, they gives the red color in the mixture after addition of the Fehling solution A and B. So this indicate the glycoside are the present in their powder crude drug. Okay. Now we see the test for the anthraquinone glycoside. Okay, so this in this test, first we see the Braunsteiger test. Okay, so this aqueous solution of the drug, take the aqueous solution of the drug plus addition of the 1 ml sulfuric acid, then gently boil and filter it. Okay, addition of the sulfuric acid, 1 ml of the sulfuric acid add and gently boil and filter it. Okay, after the addition of the sulfuric acid in aqueous solution of the drug, boil and after the filter. To filter it, add the equal amount of the chloroform and ether. Okay, then separated organic layer and add the ammonia solution. Okay, so they generate the observation in generate the red pink color of the ammonia layer. Okay, they in the observation they generate the red and pink color of the ammonia layer. So they indicates the anthraquinone glycoside are the present. They mainly O glycoside are the present in their crude drug. Okay. Then second one test, that is modified Braunsteiger test. So in aqueous solution, addition of the sulfuric acid plus also add the ferric chloride, then gently boil. Okay, one component, compound are addition further in a ferric chloride. Okay, and then gently boil, and after the boiling procedure they go for the filter and collect the filtrate. Okay, then filtrate, addition of the chloroform and ether, then separate the organic layer and add the ammonia solution. So they also generate the red or rose pink color of the ammonia layer. So they indicate the C glycoside are the present. Okay, C glycoside are the present. Now we see the hydroxyanthraquinone test. So powdered drug plus potassium hydroxide. Powdered drug plus potassium hydroxide. So they generate the red color, and in inference they indicates the hydroxyanthraquinone are the present. Okay, so these three tests for the anthraquinone glycoside. Now we see the cardiac glycoside test. For the cardiac glycoside test, first test, that is Killer-Kenyani test. So powdered drug plus chloroform, gently boil and filter. Okay, powdered drug plus chloroform, first gently boil and filter out. Then to filtrate, add the glacial acetic acid plus 0.2 ml of the 5% ferric chloride, then add the 2 ml of the sulfuric acid. First we take the powdered drug, addition of the chloroform, and after the addition of this chloroform they go for the boiling procedure, and after the boiling they filter out. Okay, then after the filtration process, collect the filtrate and add the glacial acetic acid. Also add the 2% 2 ml of 0.2 ml of the 5% ferric chloride, and further they add the sulfuric acid around 2 ml. Okay, so they generate the red brown color at the junction of the liquid, change to bluish. Okay, red brown color they observed at the junction of the liquid, and then they change and generate the bluish green color. Okay, so they indicates the digitoxose sugar or deoxy sugar are the present in their compound. Okay, then Lagel's test. So alcoholic extract of the drug plus 1 ml of the pyridine plus 1 ml of the sodium nitroprusside. Okay, first take the alcoholic extract of the drug plus 1 ml of the pyridine plus 1 ml of the sodium nitroprusside. So they generate the pink to red color. So they indicate the cardiac glycoside are the present in their constituent, okay, in their drug, okay, alcoholic extract of the drug. So they indicates the cardenolides are the present, okay. Then Baljett's test, so powder drug plus 2 ml of the sodium picrate solution, okay. Powder drug plus 2 ml of the sodium picrate solution. So they generate the yellowish to yellow to orange color. So they indicate the cardiac glycoside as the present in their component, okay. Now we see the last one test for the cardiac glycoside, that is Cadence test. So in this test, chloroform extract, in this test we take the chloroform extract of the crude drug, okay. Then addition of the 2 ml alcohol, addition of the 2 ml of the alcohol plus 2 ml of the 2% 3,5-dinitrobenzoic acid, and this mixture add 2 ml 20% of the NaOH solution, that is sodium hydroxide solution. So they generate the purple color in their solution. So they indicate the cardiac glycoside are the present in their structure, okay. Now we see the cyanogenetic glycoside test, so sodium picrate test and mercury acetate test. These two tests for the cyanogenetic glycoside test. So first we see the sodium picrate test. So aqueous solution, we take the aqueous solution of the crude drug plus dilute sulfuric acid and placed in the flask, placed in a flask and suspended solution, suspended sodium picrate, treated and filter, okay. First we take the aqueous solution, of the drug and addition of the dilute sulfuric acid. So placed in the flask and suspend, after the suspend the sodium picrate treated with the treated and to the filter, okay. So they generate the filter paper, turns brick red, okay. The filter paper turns in brick red. So they inference, they indicates the cyanogenetic glycoside are the present in their components, okay. Then mercury acetate test, so powder drug plus 3 ml 3% mercuric acetate solution, okay. So first we take powder drug plus 3 ml 3% mercuric acetate solution. So it is the metallic mercury form, okay. They generate the metallic mercury form. So they also indicate the cyanogenetic glycoside are the confirm, or cyanogenetic glycoside are the present in their component, okay. So this two drug for the cyanogenetic glycoside conformation, okay. Now we see the saponin glycoside test for the saponin glycoside. So in first test, that is froth test, okay. So in this test we take the powder drug, crude powder drug plus water and shake well, okay. Stable the fourth, okay. So powder drug are stable in their layer, so they indicate the saponin glycoside are the confirm, okay. Then hemolysis test, so powder drug plus 0.2 ml blood in saline solution, okay. Powder drug, crude powder drug plus 0.2 ml of the blood in saline solution, okay. This is for the hemolysis test. So hemolytic zone occurs, okay, after the addition of the 0.2 ml of the blood in saline solution. So hemolytic zone are generated, so they indicate the saponin glycoside are the present in the powder constituent, okay, crude powder drug. Now we see the test for the coumarin glycoside. So in this first we do the alkali test. So in this test we do the first we take the alcoholic extract of the drug plus addition of the ammonia or caustic soda, okay, ammonia or caustic soda. So they generate the blue color in fluorescence, okay. So this generation of the blue or green color in fluorescence. So they indicates the coumarin glycoside as the present in their drug, okay, crude drug. Then second one test, that is fluorescence test. So powder drug plus moist with water in test tube, okay. Powder drug plus moist in with water in test tube. Then cover the test tube with the filter paper and treated with the dilute sodium hydroxide. So gently heat it water bath in water bath, okay. Solution heat in water bath and observe with the filter paper in UV. So filter paper are giving the yellowish to green, yellowish green color fluorescence. So they generate the they indicates the coumarin glycoside are the present, okay. Now we see the test for the flavonoids. So in this test we see the Synoda test, okay. So in this test we first we take the alcoholic extract of the drug material, okay. Alcoholic extract of the crude drug material. Addition of the 5 drops of the hydrochloric acid plus 0.5 gram of the magnesium, so turning, okay. So they generate the pink color. So they indicate the flavonoid glycoside are the present in the drug material, okay. Now we see the second one test. So in this test, alcoholic drug extract plus increasing amount of the sodium hydroxide solution, okay. First we take the alcoholic extract of the drug and addition of the after the making alcoholic drug extract, after addition of the increasing amount of the sodium hydroxide solution. So sodium hydroxide solution addition, so they generate the yellow color which disappear with after the addition of the acid, okay. For the neutralization purpose we add the some acid amount or some acid in the structure of the sodium alcoholic drug extract and sodium hydroxide high amount solution. We addition of this acid for the neutralization purpose, so they generate the yellowish color which disappear, okay. Yellowish color are the disappear. So after the addition of the acid, so they indicate the flavonoids glycoside are the present in the their component, okay, drug component. Now we see the third one test, that is lead acetate test. So in this test we take the first powder crude drug plus lead acetate solution, okay. First we take the powder crude drug and lead acetate solution. So they generate the yellowish color. So they indicate the flavonoid glycoside are the present in the powder crude drug, okay. So this is the test is for the flavonoids glycoside, okay. Now we see the examples of the or drugs of the glycoside, okay. So first we see the Senna, okay, with the Senna. So Senna, that synonym, that is Indian Senna, Cassia Senna, Sonamukhi and Senai ki Pati, okay. Senai ki Pati. These 4 synonyms of the Senna: Indian Senna, Cassia Senna, then Sonamukhi and Senai ki Patti, okay. Then biological source, that is it is constituted with dried leaflet of the Cassia angustifolia val Tinnivelli Senna, also called the Tinnivelli Senna, and also and other biological name, that is Cassia acutifolia, that is Delil. So they name that is Alexandrine Senna, okay. Tinnivelli Senna and Alexandrine Senna. So they belong with the family, that is Leguminosae family. Then distribution in the it is indigenous to Eastern and South Africa. It is also cultivated in the Europe and India, okay. Cultivated in Europe and India. And in India it is cultivated in Tinnivelli, Madurai and Ramanathapuram district of the Tamil Nadu, okay. Mostly cultivated in Tamil Nadu region. Also in Andhra Pradesh, Gujarat and Rajasthan. And Alexandrine senna is cultivated in Africa, Egypt region. Okay, in India, we cultivate the Indian senna, and in African region we cultivate the Alexandrine senna. Okay. So this is the plant of the senna and also fruit of the senna and flowering of the senna. Okay. Now we see the chemical constituents of the senna. So anthraquinone glycoside are the present in higher in 1.5% to 3% around. Okay, anthraquinone glycoside are present around 1.5% to 3% of their ratio. Okay, then sanoside are present in anthraquinone glycoside. Sanoside, mostly sanoside are the present in sanoside A, B, C and D. These four sanosides are the present in the anthraquinone glycoside. Okay, in senna leaf. Okay, sanoside A, B, C, D present in the senna leaf. Principally, phytoconstituents responsible for the purgative action of the sanoside A and B. Okay, sanoside A and B for the purgative action of the their leaf. Okay, then other anthraquinone glycoside are in small amount like sanoside C and D, rehin 8 glucoside, rehin 8 diglucoside and yellow imodine and isorahentine. Okay, these all are the present. Anthraquinone glycoside are the present in small amount, but higher amount the two constituent, that is sanoside A and B, for the responsible for the purgative action of their leaf. Okay, so also senna also containing the flavonols such as the camphorol, that for the yellowish color, and isorahentine. Okay, these two are the flavonols. Okay, then traces of the chrysophenolic acid, saponin, sterol, mucilase, resin, then salicylic acid, calcium oxalate and volatile oils also been found. Okay, so these two structures of the sanoside A and sanoside B, this is the more amount of present in their structure. Okay, in their chemical constituent. And sanoside C and D, they are present in a small amount. Okay, so now we see the uses and commercial uses of the senna. So first use, that is the used as the laxative. Okay, senna is used as the laxative for either occasionally used of the habitual constipation. Okay, habitual constipation, in these cases we use the we all are use the laxative purpose of the senna. Haldi churna, addition of the senna, haldi churna having the senna powder for the in the constipation churnas. Okay, then senna is mixed with the carminative drugs due to the gripping action. Okay, mixed with the carminative drugs for the gripping action. Then senna is suggested as the stimulant laxative during the pregnancy and lactation. Okay, senna is suggested as the stimulant laxative during the pregnancy period and lactation period. Okay, because they don't having the constipation in this period of the pregnant woman or lactation mother. Okay, then commercial uses. So commercial uses, they used as the herbal tea made from their leaves. Okay, herbal tea made from their leaves. Then for the extraction of the sanoside, also used for the extraction of the sanoside. And brand preparation naming, that is Gexena R, that the name, that is Galexo. Okay, then pure cyanide R, their brand name, that is Sandoz. Okay, so this is all about the senna. Now we see the aloe. Okay, we also known as the plant of the aloe vera. Okay, in the synonym, that is the aloe, also Dhrut Kumari, then also Elio, then Musabar, then Kumari and aloe vera. we also know the aloe vera, or in Gujarati they call the kuvar pathu. Okay, so their biological source, that is aloe, is the dried latex of the leaves of the various species of aloe, namely. Okay, aloe is the dried latex of the leaves of the various species of the aloe. Okay, so there are various species name, that is aloe barbadoisi, Miller, so also known as the Curaco aloe, then aloe forex Miller, so they known as the cap aloe, then aloe perry the Baker, so they name as the Socotrine aloe, then aloe African Miller, and aloe spicata Baker, they name as the cap aloe. Okay, so this is the introduction of the biological naming of the aloe. Okay, so and now we see the family of the aloe, so they belongs with the Liliaceae family, and distribution. So it is indigenous of the South and West Arabian Peninsula, then Eastern and South Africa, and also it is cultivated in the Europe, Caribbean, Iceland, and Northwest Himalaya region in India. Okay, now a time aloe are growing in every region of the suitable region of the their environmental region for the growing of the aloe. Okay, so this is the latex of the aloe and their leaf of the aloe. Okay, now we see the chemical constituents of the aloe. So all the varieties of the aloe containing the major source of the anthraquinone glycoside. Okay, all the variety of the aloe, they contain the major source of the anthraquinone glycoside. So chief constituents of the aloe is aloin. Okay, chief constituents, that is aloin, around 30% is present in the their anthraquinone glycoside. Okay, aloin, this is the chief constituents, which is mixture of the three isomer, that is barbeline, beta barbeloin, then isobarbeloin. Okay, these aloin are mixture of the three isomers, that is barbeline, beta barbeloin, and isobarbeloin. Then barbeloin is the C glycoside compared to common O glycoside. Okay, it's having the C glycoside, and compared to also common, that is O glycoside. Okay, then aloe is also containing the aloin side A and B, and also orthoglycoside of the aloin, in which L rhamnose is combined with the OH of the hydroxy methyl group at the 11 carbon atom. Okay, so this is the chemical constituent of this, and chief constituent, that is aloin. Okay, so barbeloin are hydrolysis yield of the aloe imodine. Okay, barbeline hydrolysis yield, they gives the aloe imodine, anthron, and glucose. Okay, then beside the aloe imodine, anthron, then aloe imodine, then anthraноls and aloe imodine are present in their chemical hydrolysis process, or after the hydrolysis process of the barbeloin. Okay, then aloe containing the resin, which is ester of the paracomaric acid or para-hydroxycinnamic acid, esterified with the aloe resinotanol. Okay, this is all about info about the chemical constituents of the aloe. So these three chemical constituent structure, that is aloin, aloe imodine, and aloezine. Okay, now we see the uses of the aloe. So aloe is used as the in every purpose of the our regular life. Okay, so first use, that is aloe and aloin are strong purgative, and higher dose may act as the abortifacient. Okay, at a higher dose of the aloe, they causing the abortion, but they use for the purgative action, but at a higher dose they act as the abortifacient. Okay, they causing the abortion. It shows the anti-inflammatory properties due to the chemical content, like salicylate. Okay, then ointment of the aloe gel is used in the sunburn, thermal burn, radiation burns, then arabism, then skin irritation and prevention of the ulceration, and also the using for the malignancies like tumor, like one type of the tumor, okay, ulceration and malignancy. Then it is also used as the hair tonic. It is the most widely used in the hair tonic, okay. Then it is also using in the smoothing, then moisturizing and healing properties. So all the lotions are made up with the aloe constituents, okay. Then it is widely used in the cosmetic. We all know aloe is widely used in the skin cosmetic as the protective due to the and wrinkles, okay, properties, okay. So widely used in the skin cosmetic for as the protective due to the its and wrinkle property, okay. And aloe vera used in the products such as the makeup, tissues, moisturizing lotions, then soaps, then sunscreen lotion, then incense, then shaving creams, and also shampoos and conditioners. All the products of the cosmetic or for the skin products, all the made up with the aloe, okay. So, aloe vera. So this is the all about information of the aloe vera or aloe. Now we see the bitter almond, okay. This is the last example of the glycoside, that is bitter almond. Bitter almond are including in the cyanogenetic glycoside. So the synonym, that is amygdal, then amara, then badam, also known as the badam. These two names of the synonym of the bitter almond. The biological source, that is it is constituted of the dried ripening seeds of the plant Purnash amygdalus Bactus var amara, okay. Then their family, that is Rosaceae family. Their distribution, so it is native to Iran and Asia, and it is cultivated in Sicily, then Italy, then Spain, Portugal, South France, and Morocco. Okay, these all are the distribution in these all countries. Okay, mostly in native from the Iran and Asia region. So this is the plant and fruit of the bitter almond. Okay. Now we see the chemical constituent of the bitter almond. So chief constituent, that is cyanogenetic glycoside, that is amygdalin. Okay, it around 2 to 4% is present. Then bitter almond containing 40 to 50% of the fixed oil, protein 20%, and enzyme solution, emulsion of the enzyme solution also present. Okay, then it is also containing the volatile oil 0.5%. In the presence of the water hydrolysis, amygdalin gives the benzaldehyde and hydrocyanic acid, that is HCN. Okay, HCN is the poisonous, okay, it's harmful for the body, it's the poisonous substance HCN. So this is the structure of the amygdalin, okay, glycoside, that is amygdalin. Chief constituent, that is amygdalin, so they present in the 2 to 4%. Now we see the uses and commercial uses of the amygdalin. So it shows the sedative action due to the hydrocyanic acid content, and it gives the sedative action due to the hydrocyanic acid content, okay, and also used in the demulcent in oil, and it is also used in the perfumery and in forms of the liquor, and also used in the preparation of the amygdalin and bitter almond water. Okay, and their commercial use, that is the isolate volatile oil from the bitter almond and used in the cosmetic and pharmaceutical products. Okay, isolation volatile oil from the bitter almond, 20% around volatile are present in the bitter almond. Okay, so from the bitter almond and used in the cosmetic and pharmaceutical products. Okay, so this is the bitter almond uses. Okay, so now we will end of the our session of the glycoside, and today we will complete this all this topic of the glycoside. Okay, so thank you to all.